Hello, welcome to this yoga flow. Today we're going to be flowing and opening up the spine, particularly with some back bends. As always, take care of yourself, modify what you need to, and most importantly, use your breath. We'll begin with the hands in our lap. Eyes can close down or half close. Soften your shoulders and lift the brightness of your heart. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Gently lift the back of your skull. Lean back just slightly, really feeling the weight over both sits bones. As your shoulder blades melt down your back, allow your collarbones to broaden, making a conscious effort to slow your breath down. Let your exhales become 1 or 2 counts longer than your inhales. Creating a stable breath for your practice. So we're going to be moving a lot today, flowing. It's important that you have your breath as something to count on for this practice. Wherever you are, exhale completely. Inhale, take a deep breath in. Open mouth, sigh it out. We'll do 2 more like that. Inhale. Hold your breath. Open mouth, sigh it out. And again, deep breath in. Hold for a moment, feeling full. Invite in 1 more sniff of air. And open mouth, breathe out. All right, let's get moving. We're going to start with a few gentle yin poses to open up the front of the body before we get flowing. So come onto hands and knees. Sit back onto your shins, sitting your hips onto your heels. Toes will be pointed under. Draw your ankles towards one another so you're getting a little stretch in the front of the ankles. Usually the ankles like to go out to the sides, so keep them truly parallel. This is a great place to stay. You can work right here today. You could always put a pillow between your hips and your heels as well. Or you can start to widen your feet left to right and sit your sits bones down on the floor between your feet. Okay, your sits bones need to be on something, the ground or feet or a pillow. Stay there, or feel free to tuck tailbone under and drop down to forearms, or maybe even lay down onto the floor. I don't want any sensation in your lower back. I want you to feel all of this in the front of your thighs. And so if you're feeling any in the lower back, you need to lift your butt up higher, tuck your tailbone under more, maybe put a pillow even underneath your sits bones. Go ahead, pull your belly towards your spine. Take a nice deep breath in and out and in and out. Good, we'll take 1 more. Slowly with control, no whiplashing the head. We're going to come all the way back up to sitting. Bringing your feet back together. Wonderful. Make sure those ankles are close to each other. Interlace your fingers, press the palms to the sky, lift the thumb side higher. And then inhale, lift the shoulders up to the ears, push the palms up. Exhale, drop the shoulders down. Good. Inhale, lift the shoulders. Exhale, drop. Little shoulder shrugs. Keep the fingers spreading, so you're getting a little stretch in the palms. Inhale, lifts, and exhale, drops. Good. Take 1 more. Hold it up. Maybe even gaze up. Little lift of the heart. And then return back to center. Release your fingers. Interlace them at the back of your head now. Spread your elbows wide. Make sure it's your head, not your neck. Look up, lift the chest. Then exhale, touch the elbows. Round the back like cat pose. Chin to chest. Inhale, lift. Elbows wide. Push the head back. Lift the heart up to the sky. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Good. Keep doing this and see if you can really get your upper back involved. So not just your head and your neck, but also your spine, your lower back, your mid back, your upper back. Doesn't need to be a big motion. Just a little bit like you're waving a wet noodle back and forth. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Okay, take one more. Hold it up. Good, and come to neutral. Drop your left elbow towards your left hip. Reach the right elbow towards the sky. Return back to center. Opposite side, right elbow, right hip. Left elbow towards the sky. And return back to center. Nice. We'll go into downward facing dog. Plant the palms. Walk the knees back. Lift the hips. Spread the fingers wide. Feel free to pedal out your feet. Shake out your head. Maybe some side-to-side motions with your heels. Couple sighs. Keeping that breath stable. It's there to support you. Look forward, bend the knees, drop into a tabletop, but hover the knees off the floor. Keep the feet flexed. Good, push back up, down dog. Again, inhale, shift forward, look forward, heart forward. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, shift forward, hover, push the palms into the floor. Exhale, back. Inhale, hover, this time hold it for 5, 4, 3. Squeeze the knees and hands towards one another. Tabletop, drop it down. Good. Take your right knee behind your left knee, so your legs are crossed, thighs are touching. Take your feet wide apart and walk your hips back to sit onto your right foot. Okay, giving just a little stretch in the hips, the outer thighs. Take a breath in. Exhale, crawls you back forward. Reach the right leg back behind you. Step it forward between your thumbs. Slide your left knee back. Coming into a low lunge, we'll keep the back foot flexed. Inhale, right hand goes high to the sky. Twist towards your right knee. Lean back. Feel a little bit like a Cobra Pose in your upper back. And exhale, right hand comes down. Good, look forward. Tone the legs. You can keep hands down or bring them to your front thigh. Nice, lift through the front of your belly versus arching. I want some strength in the legs to start. Push the front heel down. Hands can stay on thigh or reach high to the sky. Good, each inhale getting taller, lifting the back of your skull. Grab your left wrist if your arms are up, and with your exhale, side bend towards your right. Nice, drop your shoulders. Nice deep breath. Looking for a little stretch in your left side and your left thigh, maybe even psoas. Awesome, slowly return back to center. Reach your left hand forward, your right arm back behind you. Twist towards your right again. Whoop, find your balance. Stay there or hook your left elbow outside your right knee. Bring your palms together. Use energy from your right elbow through your left elbow, through your right foot to ground down into the earth. Still feel kind of like a baby cobra in your upper chest. Take a deep breath in and out. Good, look forward. Hands plant down around your front foot. Step back table with the right leg lifted. You might need to walk your hands slightly closer towards you as well. Right leg is up, pull the belly up, lift the back ankle. Good, for 3, 2, 1. Bend the right knee, flex the foot, and you're going to just push the foot up to the sky. So now we're warming up the glute, warming up the hamstrings a little bit. When we do our wheel pose, we need those muscles to be firing. So I don't want the back to be moving. The back should be holding completely still. And it's just the leg bone that's moving up and down. Awesome. Inhale, kick it up. Exhale to nose, knee to chest, tuck under. Inhale, extend, kick it up. Keep the belly drawn up though. Resist the urge to arch your back. Forward again, knee to nose, round. Inhale, extend, keep the belly neutral. Good, set it down, tabletop. Downward dog, we'll do the other side in a moment. Lift the hips. Nice, now spread the fingers super wide. Spread your feet super wide. I want you to feel yourself pushing your hands and your feet into the ground. Kind of like they're stuck to the floor, but someone's lifting your hips up really high. And you've got this downward push. Look forward, bend your knees, hover the knees. Good, inhale up and back. Exhale forward. Press your pinky fingers down, back. Inhale forward. Press the thumbs down and back. Good, inhale, shift forward. This time we hold for 5. Shoulders away from ears, 4, 3, shoulders over fingernails, 2, drop it down, 1, tabletop. Extend the left leg up and back behind you, bend the left knee behind the right knee, walk your hips back. This time sit onto your left foot. Awesome. We'll hold for just about 2 slow breaths. And the next breath walks forward, back to tabletop. Good. Extend the left leg back behind you. Lift it up high to the sky. Now, again, avoid sinking in the belly. Try to keep some engagement, like the belly's lifting up to the lower back. Nice. Roll that left inner thigh up to the sky. So avoid the peeing dog to the side thing. Keep it pointing down. Straighten it out. Good. Awesome. One more breath in. And then bend the left knee and kick the heel up to the sky, trying not to let the lower back wiggle. So this might be less motion and more quality of motion. Less quantity, more quality, all right? So I don't care how big of a motion you're doing. More importantly, I want you to find the motion in your thigh and not in your lower back. Good. Inhale, kick it up. Exhale, knee to nose, round the back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Now your lower back is moving. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Good. This time we're going to step the left foot forward between the thumbs. Nice. Slide your right knee back. Right hand's going to plant down. Left hand reaches high to the sky. Twist that bottom shoulder. Roll it open. Nice deep breath in. And out. Good. Left hand comes back down. Option 1 to fingertips. Heart reaching forward. Option 2, hands to thigh. And again, use your hands to push your belly back away from your thighs. We're not just sinking into this. We're using muscle. We always want to use muscle behind our stretches. Good. Hands can stay on thigh, or they can go up towards the sky. Imagine like someone's pulling you all the way up. You're getting as tall as you can. Beautiful. Left hand's going to grab right wrist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, side bend. So you're reaching your right hand over the crown of your head towards the left. Inner thighs are squeezing towards one another. Drop the shoulders, lift the heart. Good. Release the side bend, return to center. Reach the right arm forward, the left arm back. Good. Pay attention to your front knee. It should still be pointing over middle toes. And you can stay right there or hook the right elbow outside the left knee. Palms together. Push elbow down, palms down, front heel down. Then lengthen the spine within that strength. Nice. Slowly release. Look back down to the floor. Plant your hands. And we'll step back to tabletop position. Take a cat and a cow. Inhale, lift your heart and tailbone. Exhale, rounds. Inhale, lift. Good. And exhale, round. Stay rounded. Spread fingers wider. Flex feet. Downward dog. Lift the hips. Good. Feel that pressing down of the feet and the palms. It's okay if your heels are lifted. Then inhale, rise to tiptoes. Bend knees, look forward. Walk your hop, feet to hands. Inhale, lift your chest, hands on shins or earth, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Press down into the heels, strengthen legs to stand up. Arms reach high to the sky, big breath in. And exhale down to your heart. Take a moment, remember what brings you to your mat today. All right, and let's get moving. Inhale, arms sweep up, in a little back bend. That was minor and tiny together. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift your chest, shoulders back. Bend knees, plant palms, keep the chest up, step to plank. Fingers wide, heart forward. Good, draw the triceps in from your plank. Slowly lower all the way down to your belly. Knees can be lifted or dropped. Good, once you're there, stretch the legs back. Cobra Pose. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest. Feel like someone's lifting the back of your skull up as your shoulders drop down. And exhale, lower. Stretch your hands back along your sides, forehead down. Now, pay attention to your pelvis. You've got 2 front hip points and your pubic bone. I want those 3 points to have equal pressure on the mat. Make sure one isn't pushing into the floor more. And inhale, lift up arms and legs. Good. Think of that triangle. Equal weight on the pubic bone as the front 2 hip points. Stretch long through the knees back. Reach the heart forward, lift, and exhale, lower. Hands by shoulders, we're going back to plank. Use your knees or not. Exhale to downward dog. Big breath in and out. Inhale, heels lift. Exhale, walk or hop, feet to the front. Inhale, lift chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, hands to heart. Reach the hands up, baby back bend. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step to plank. Good, shift forward, your choice, to your belly or lower halfway. To cobra or to upward facing dog. Nice, whichever you're choosing, a little bend in the elbows. Lift the back of your skull. Puff the heart forward. Exhale, downward dog. Shift forward, lower knees, lower down to your belly. Great, make a little pillow out of your hands, palms down. Rest the forehead on the backs of your hands. Roll the inner thighs up to the sky, so even your pinky toenail touches the mat. Lift your right leg up. And then like we did on tabletop earlier, make sure your lower back isn't responsible for the movement. So nothing should change in those 3 hip points. You've just lifted the leg. Good, drop it down. And then lift the left. Same thing, it might not be a really high lift because you're just focusing on lifting the leg. You're not focusing on arching the back to get it up, okay? All right, lower the left. All right, now we'll do alternating right and left and right and left. Keep the knees straight, right. Keep the shoulders soft, left. Soften your jaw, right, left. I want you to feel this in the back of your legs and the hamstrings and the butt cheeks. Might be subtle, but I don't want you to feel this in the lower back. It's like you're kicking, swimming through the ocean. Awesome. Okay, keep the legs going and then reach the arms forward. Nice, look forward. You can stay like this or you can add on the arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw elbows back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw elbows back. Inhaling, exhaling, back of the neck is long. Good, really warming up the back. You're doing great. Keep kicking. Keep breathing. Picture some cool water. Lower down. Press back to a child's pose. We'll take one big breath in there. Knees together. Breathe into your lower back. And exhale, downward dog. You can move through cat to lift the hips. Right foot steps forward, drop the left knee. Right hand to right knee, twist to the right. Stay there or reach the left hand back. Bend the left knee and draw the left heel to your butt cheek. Now do me a favor and tuck your tailbone under for a moment. So think cat pose in your back. This should intensify the stretch. It's okay if your hand isn't on your foot. No in-betweensies, either hand on the knee or hand on the foot with the foot either completely held or completely down. Good, release that. Plant your hands and step back plank pose. Shift forward, lower all the way down to your belly. Good, and when we did those kicks, you felt the back of your legs, hopefully. Now inhale, I want you to lift up cobra and feel the same activation in the back of your legs. And you can stay just like this, or lift up to upward facing dog. Same thing, feel the activation in the back of your legs here. And exhale, downward dog. Okay, left foot steps forward between thumbs. Drop the right knee. Twist to the left hand to left knee. Lean back. Option to stay here, or left hand goes all the way up and back. Bend the foot. Grab it. Awesome. And then again, do a little cat pose in the lower back and see how that changes the stretch. You don't always need to be cat posing here. We're just doing this variation for today to really get into the front of your thighs. Okay, release that back foot, plant hands, stepping to plank pose. Good, pull the abs in, pull the hands and feet towards one another, shift forward, lower to belly. Stretch the legs back. Your choose cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, Downward dog. Right foot steps forward. Warrior two. Back heel spins down. Windmill up and open. Good. Settle into your breath. Confident gaze over your front hand. Push your feet actively into the floor as you lift your spine up. So even as there's a lift through the torso, there's a deepening of the legs. Nice. Windmill the hands to the ground. Step forward, standing splits. Left leg lifts high to the sky. Awesome. Left leg's going to lift up as the heart melts towards your right shin. Then step back with your left leg into a runner's lunge. Fingers to the earth, heart reaches forward. Big breath in. Exhale, standing splits. Good. We'll do this a few times. Step back, lift the heart. To step forward, push your right heel down to lift up. So I want you to feel like you're getting work in the back of your right thigh. Good. Really push the right foot down to go to standing splits. Keep the head relaxed. Keep the shoulders soft. Just using the strength of that right leg. Get it? Good. Couple more. Feel like when you push your feet into the floor for down dog, you're pushing your foot into the floor to lift up. Good. Step back, runner's lunge. Stay there. Lift the heart. Breathe in. Bend the back knee. Hands sweep up. Inhale. Little back bend if you'd like. Or option to interlace your hands at your lower back here. Stretch the knuckles towards your heels. If it's comfortable, you can bring your hands to your back thigh. Push into it to puff up your chest towards the ceiling. Then release back to center. Plant your hands. I've got a dragonfly on me. Hey, little buddy. Oh, looks like you're mating or something. Anyway, plant your hands, step back, down dog. Big breath in. And out. And in. Exhale, left foot forward between your hands. Windmill the back heel to the ground. Warrior two on the other side. All right, settle for just a moment. Really lengthening the back leg. Bending deep into the front knee. Feel the lengthening upward within the sinking downward. Strengthen your legs. Really push your front heel down. Exhale, hands come to the floor, lift up back heel, come into runner's lunge. Heart forward, fingertips down. Launch off, standing splits, back leg lifts up. Good, forehead to the floor. And step back. And again, you know the flow, we're moving through this. So inhale, exhale, push the left heel down, standing splits. Inhale, back to runner's lunge. Exhale, use the left leg. Inhale. Exhale, good. When you're in standing splits and that right leg is in the air, try to use the right butt cheek to kick it a little bit higher. Woo! Get those hips working. Good, one more. Next time you're back in runner's lunge, stay, inhale. Exhale, drop the back knee down, sweep the arms up. Again, you can always stay right here or interlace your hands at your lower back, interlacing the fingers the awkward way. Reaching knuckles towards the floor, puffing up chest, or if you like, you can bring your hands to the back of your thigh. Push into them to lift the heart higher. Releasing back, hands down, downward dog. Drop your forearms to the floor. Make sure your elbows are shoulder distance apart, palms spread wide. Bend your knees as needed. You can stay just like this, or you're welcome to walk your feet a little bit closer to your elbows. Maybe you have a headstand or forearm stand in your practice. You're welcome to take it. 5 more breaths. And you can stay in dolphin where we are. Or if you'd like, you can walk back for a forearm plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, drop the knees. We'll lower all the way down to your belly. Stretch your legs back. Option to repeat Cobra, or this time bend both knees. Reach both hands back, find the tops of feet. On an inhale, lift up chest, legs, and head. Nice. Think of lifting your chest higher than your knees. Lift the back of your skull. Reach your heart forward. Keep your knees hip distance. One more breath. And exhale, lower. Turn your head either direction. And just slow down your breath for a moment. Good. Forehead back to the mat. Hands by shoulders. Pressing up to plank. And back to down dog. Walk your feet to your hands. Have a seat on your sits bones. Draw your knees to your chest. Boat pose. Feel free to have your fingers down behind you to help lift and lengthen your lower back. Great. Maybe you have your arms by your sides. Maybe you have your legs reaching towards straight. Or fourth option, you can lower down to a low boat. And if you want, you can even rock the boat. If you're rocking, it should feel like you're a rocking horse. There's no hinging at the hips. You're moving like a board. You're just rocking forward and back. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down to your back. Make sure you've got room behind you. Bend your knees. Bring your feet to the floor. Point your knees to the sky. Make sure your knees and feet are hip distance and your feet are actually parallel. Sometimes the heels need to go a little bit wider. Hands by sides. Bend at the elbows. Point your fingers up to the ceiling. Wonderful. Then lift up to bridge pose, pushing your vertebrae into the mat as you lift up. Actively push your elbows down, push your shoulders down, and those 2 front hip points, think of drawing them towards you and really kicking your heels down into your mat. Stretch your knees away from you like someone's pulling your shins away from you. Good, then start with your chest bone and start to roll down. Tailbone, the last thing to lower. So your lower back should be touching the floor while your tailbone is still up. Don't cheat that part. All right, 2 more times. Lift up. Big breath in, use the arms, push them down. And start with the chest. Good, rolling down. And third time, roll it up. Stretch the knees long, push the shoulders down, and slowly roll it back to the floor. Now you can do nothing, you can do that again, or this time you can bring hands by ears, spread fingers wide, push feet down, and again roll up, flip to the top of your head, make sure your hands are placed correctly, feet are in the right spot, and lift up as you're ready. Couple deep breaths here. Push your feet into the floor, just like we talked about in down dog. Push your palms into the floor, so really kick your hands and feet into the ground. Stretch your knees away from you. Stretch your heart past your arms. Imagine there's a giant ball underneath your back. You're trying to bend up and over it. And slowly lower head to the ground and roll your spine down again. Keep the knees bent, feet to the floor. And just hold here for a moment, letting your spine be neutral. Take your feet apart and let your knees fall together. Knees are still bent. One more deep breath in and out. Then gently draw knees into your chest. Give a little rock left to right, right to left. Great. Release your hands by your sides. Keep knees into your chest. Then push your knees away from you so they're stacked right above your hips. Lift your feet as high as your knees. Turn your palms face up. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale through the mouth. Curl up the head and chest. Lift the arms. Good. Just holding. We're working on now the stabilizing muscles of the abs. We don't always want to be crunching here. We want to have good stabilizing work. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Good. Curl up the chest a little bit higher, almost like you're bowing. Deep breath in. And out. Slowly lower down. Knees come back to the chest. We're going to come to a standing forward fold. You can rock and roll a bit or go straight there. Good. Feet will be hip distance. Let your torso fall over your legs. Option to interlace your hands at your lower back. Stretching the knuckles up and over. Release your hands down to the floor. Bend your left knee and walk your torso towards the right, trying to touch your forehead to your right shin. Push your right leg as strong and straight as it can go. It's okay if it's not totally straight. Walk your hands back through center. Switch sides. Right knee is going to bend. Left leg presses towards straight. Walk your hands over to the left. Think of touching your left, or to your left forehead. You've only got one forehead. Think of touching your forehead to your left shin. Slowly walk your hands back through center. Bend both knees and gently roll up. Tailbone pointing to your toe tips. Arriving and standing. Great job so far. Bring your hands to your heart. All right, step your feet together. We're going to go for some standing balance. First, find a nice, stable, and supportive breath in and out. Okay, so stand firmly onto your left foot. Draw your right knee up to your chest. Reach your hands forward, grab the right shin. And this is a great place to stay. You could always use wall support as needed. If you'd like to add on, left hand grabs left hip, right peace fingers grab right big toe. Extend the right leg towards straight in front of you. I'd rather your left leg and your torso stay straight than bending your leg and torso to get a straight right leg, okay? So right knee can be bent as long as you can keep everything else lengthened. Maybe it straightens, but keep it all lengthened. Stay there, or option now to open your leg to the right. It's going to get different muscles. Maybe even turn your gaze to the left. Maybe even open your left arm out. What up? Woo, it got windy all of a sudden. All right, slowly bring the right leg forward. Bend the right knee back in and grab a hold of the shin again. So option one, you're staying right here. Option two, you're going to pull the belly up and in, round forehead towards knee. You might stay there, or interlace your hands underneath your right foot, maybe even press the right leg towards straight, and think of connecting, if you've got the balance, connecting forehead towards shin. Go for it. I'm just falling over. You can do this. Good. Kick foot into hands. Hands pull back into foot. Reach the heart towards the toes. Come out just as gently as you went in. And release back to standing. Shake off any self-criticism, self-doubts. Let's do all that on the other side now. So right foot is going to firmly plant. Left knee draws up to your chest. I like this added excitement of doing this on a dock. If I fall, I'll just fall into some nice cool water. All right, so again, you can always stay just holding the shin, using the wall for support. If you want to add on, right hand's going to come to right hip. You can use your fingers kind of in your lower abdomen to be like, hey, abs, I need you. Engage for me. Okay, and then option to bring left fingers to your left big toe. Maybe press the left leg towards straight. Keep pulling that left shoulder back though. Good. Steady your breath. Steadying your breath always helps steady your balance. Maybe that left leg opens to the left. And slowly bring it back to center. We're going to bend the left knee back into the chest. Go ahead, grab a hold of the shin. And you might stay right there, or hollow belly, round forehead to your kneecap. Option to stay, or interlace hands underfoot. Extend foot towards straight. And maybe bring forehead towards shin. Heart reaches forward. Kick your foot into your hands, like actively. Keep breathing. Try to touch your elbows together under your calf. And slowly release. Back to standing. And again, shake out whatever you need to. Okay. Inhale, hands go high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift your chest up. Yogi squat, toes out, heels in. Step your feet apart wide. I'd rather your heels are down today. You're going to get a little bit more benefit from that. So if you need to take your feet way off your yoga mat, do it. Chest up, shoulders down. Push your knees apart left to right, pushing them over your pinky toes. Deep breath in and out. Good, you're welcome to stay here, or if you want today, you could find a crow pose, or you could find some play with a Tittipasana. See what feels good to you. Boop. Keep breathing, keep playing. Awesome, we're gonna come back to yogi squat. Plant hands and find downward dog. You can flow there or just step there. Right knee forward, half pigeon. Right knee is going to come behind your right palm. Set it down. Slide your left knee back and equal the weight between the right and left hips. This is a little bit of a back bend. At the same time, a nice stretch for the right glute and thigh. I like to tuck my back toes under just to make sure that I'm keeping my back knee straight down. And also, just like we did those lunges earlier, you can kind of play with pulling the belly up and back, looking for a more neutral pelvis. That's going to help stretch the back thigh a little bit more. You're welcome to stay right here, or if you'd like, you can bend your left knee, reach your left hand back, find the foot, draw it towards you, or you can even bring the foot into your elbow crease. Now, I'm tight, so my body likes to twist open to the left when I do this. Do your best to keep your hips and your chest facing forward. If you want to play with reaching the right arm, lifting the heart. Awesome. Slowly returning back to center. Planting hands, we'll step to a lunge. Right foot's going to come between thumbs. Good. And just hold for a moment, lift your hips up, bend into your front knee, really strengthen your legs. You might even bring your fingers off the ground and flutter them by your sides. Hands come back down, drop the back knee, shift into half splits. Right leg goes forward and presses towards straight. Right hip draws towards the back of your mat. And you can stay like this, or if you want, start to slide your right heel further forward, maybe even walk your left knee further back, moving towards full splits or maybe into full splits. Keep active in your legs. So you're squeezing the right hip back, the left hip forward. You're not just leaning onto one leg. You're still lifting your heart. Good. And slowly return back to center. And now we'll go to down dog. Take your feet a little bit wider for this down dog. Turn your hands outward just slightly. Really push your palms and feet into the floor. And then I want you to push everything outward. So like you're trying to push your palms left to right, and like you're trying to push your feet left to right. Awesome. Half pigeon other side. Left knee comes forward. Right knee walks back. And then we're just going to breathe a little bit. Checking your back knee, point straight down. Equalizing the weight. Adjusting if you need to. And maybe adding in that thigh stretch on this side, bending the right knee, reaching the right hand back. You can hold the foot or transition it into your elbow. Good. Keep the lift of the heart. Keep the lift of the hips even by really strengthening the legs. Reaching the right shoulder forward. Pointing the chest past the front of your mat. Just doing what feels good, not what looks good. Pretty crucial to a successful yoga practice. Okay, gently release that. Runner's lunge, plant the hands, step left foot between the thumbs. Stay for a moment with the back knee up, heart reaching forward. And again, option to lift the hands by your sides. I want you to be using your legs a lot here. Belly pulling away from front thigh, hovering your torso away from your front thigh. Awesome. And drop the hands, drop the back knee, half splits. Hello, hammies. Stay there or begin to slide the left foot forward a little or a lot. Pulled hamstrings take forever to heal, so definitely listen to your body if it says that's far enough. Slowing down your breath. And slowly bring yourself back to center. Plant your hands for downward dog. Okay, walk your feet to your hands, bend your knees, have a seat on your sits bones. Extend your legs in front of you, reach your arms in front of you, palms face one another. Then starting with your sacrum, you're going to slowly roll down towards the floor. One vertebrae at a time. When you arrive there, I'm going to cue shoulder stand. If this is not in your practice today, please just rest with knees into your chest. So bring your arms along your sides. Knees come up, and then kick your feet over the crown of your head. We're actually going to go to plow, not shoulder stand. Bring your hands to your lower back. Walk your elbows closer together. You might stay here, or you might interlace your hands and stretch your knuckles towards the ground. Lift your thighs away from your face. Pull your abs towards your lower back. And imagine someone is holding either side of your hips and lifting them up towards the sky. Keep the weight on your shoulders, never on your neck. Because we want to be stretching the back, not the neck. This is not supposed to be for the neck. If you'd like, you can drop your knees down towards your ears. Great. We'll slowly release, rolling yourself back down to your back. Super slow, like you can drag your thighs across your chest, your shins and your knees across your face, your toes trying to stay low until your hips are all the way down. And let your knees bend, bring your feet to the floor. Just lay flat for a moment. Notice how your body feels. Lift your knees so they stack above your hips. Lift your feet so they're as high as your knees. Squeeze your ankles and knees together. Hands reach to the sky, palms face one another. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, curl up. Reach your hands towards the bottom of your mat. Squeeze your legs together. Hollow your belly like you're pushing your belly down towards the floor. For 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Bring your arms to a T-like shape. Feet come to the floor. Scoot your hips 6 inches to your right. Draw your knees back to your chest and drop both knees to the left. You can gaze up at the sky or gaze over your right shoulder if you'd like. Allowing a sense of calm to wash over your body. Allowing your forehead to soften. Engage the lower belly to slowly roll back to your back. Good. Bring the feet down. We'll scooch the hips back to their center. And then 6 inches over to the left. Draw the knees up again. And drop them over to the right this time. And again, you can gaze up or you can turn your gaze over your left shoulder. Twisting is a wonderful place to take really deep breaths, especially into your back. We usually breathe with the front of our body, but our lungs are 3-dimensional. So breathe with the front, breathe with the sides, and breathe with the back, filling up. Draw the lower belly in, roll back to your back. Scooch the hips back through center. Find happy baby. Knees come into your chest. Reach your hand inside your legs. In between your legs, you're reaching your hands, grab your ankles or the outer edges of your feet. Point the bottoms of your feet up to the ceiling and point your tailbone or press your tailbone down into the floor. And you can stay there, letting the knees fall down to the mat. Or if you'd like, you can press one or both legs towards straight, out to the sides. If there are any other last movements you need, go ahead and take them. This is also your time for Shavasana, which might look like legs at the wall, or a pillow under the back of your knees, or just laying flat, sprawled out. Take a moment, invite a deep breath in. Hold your breath at the top. And sigh it out. Then let go of breath control. Settle into stillness. And trust that I'll get you up when it's time to. For now, there's nothing to do, there's nowhere to be. You can just let go. Begin to deepen your breath. And start to move intuitively. Maybe some yawns, some wiggles, whatever your body feels like it needs. And give yourself the next 5 to 7 breaths to roll to a side and press up to seated. You find your way to seated, hands might fall into your lap or meet together at your heart. Thanks so much for sharing your practice with me today. Have a wonderful rest of your day.